Hey everybody, ThrewRedButter here, back again with another beer review, coming at you tonight with the very last bottle of Treehouse Truth beer I got from when they released it all the way back in, was it February or March? As I've said before, broken record, sorry, but I'll say it again because it's the last one. Earlier this year, Treehouse released a series of Imperial Stouts, starting with Truth, a bourbon barrel aged Imperial Stout, a blend of bourbon barrel aged Imperial Stouts, from blend of stouts that were aged, I believe, 18 to 24, 26 months, blended together, along with just a bourbon barrel aged Imperial Stout. They did a bunch of variations, which I have reviewed. This is, I think, the last one they released, their finale, their piece de resistance. 13.5%, like all the other ones. It is the Treehouse Brewing. Nice and gold label, too. Double Barrel Truth. Saving this one for last. And like all the other ones, microscopic printing. I'll do my best to. I read it earlier, so I get a feel for it. To elevate this character to new heights, we've crafted a limited run of Double Barrel Truth. This variation was aged for 1 year in barrels aged for 1 year in barrels that previously held bourbon, and then re-racked into a second freshly emptied selection. So there we go. Aged in bourbon barrels, and then aged the second time in fresh bourbon barrels. I don't know why I think it's gonna go nuts, but there we go. Alright. Like all the other ones, this one pours out of the glass just thick and almost sludgy in a way. There we go. So the appearance, what do you guys think? It's forming a small head now, but when it first settled into the glass, had no head. Not surprised to beer this big, but we got there. But for the body itself, pitch black, like all the others. Less than a quarter finger of head. What is there is deeply dark brown. The film and alcohol legs this thing leaves is insane. Just leaving a brown film on the glass. These truth beers have left destruction in its wake. But it's got an aroma on Double Barrel Truth. I'll say this. I don't remember what I said in my original Truth review, so I'm not going to be able to do a direct side-by-side comparison of the two, so just going off what I have now. Yeah, huge bourbon, obviously, duh. Great insight. Milk chocolate, dark chocolate. Very sweet smelling. I mean, that's really it. I mean, I'm not saying I'm disappointed, but yeah. Bourbon, chocolate, a little bit of char. Very sweet. Let's get a taste on Double Barrel Truth. Cheers. Huge bourbon, obviously. I'll say, from the rest of my reviews, all of the variations that had various adjuncts in them, like vanilla, coffee, coconut, whatever. The beer is already base truth, and including this, I'm going off on this tangent right now, is already sweet enough. I'll say that right now. When you throw in all the other adjuncts of the variations, they just made it, I found it to be overly sweet and too sweet. Truth works best alone. It works alone. It works best when you just leave it as a bourbon barrel aged stout. In my humble opinion. Yeah, but realistically, this is all bourbon. But I'm like, there's no real influence from the barrel itself. The nose had a little bit of char, but no char in the taste. There's no char, tobacco, like natural vanilla notes, like a natural toasted coconut flavor you get from really strong bourbon barrel aged imperial stouts. Not here. Can't really pick up any roast or coffee from the imperial stout itself. I mean, granted, it's a bourbon bonanza, but that's really it. I mean, what's there tastes really good, but astonishingly, it's not that complex. I gotta just say that right now. A little bit of chocolate. I'll tell you that right now. I mean, yeah, but again, that's really it. Sorry. Body, like all the others, the body is ludicrously thick and smooth. A little bit of warming, 13.5%. I'm not surprised there, but definitely not a hot beer by any stretch of the imagination. Again, very sweet. I wish there was more alcohol taste, actually, and burn to cut through the sweetness. And for as like thick and velvety as it is, maybe to its own detriment. I don't know. It tastes like, I don't know. It kind of has a flat soda kind of quality to it. Sorry to say. So we final score, final verdict, final rating on the Treehouse Brewing Double Barrel Truth. 13.5% alcohol by volume. And I didn't watch my previous reviews to like take note and see how it compares, but I'm just basing the beer as is by itself. Pretty one-dimensional bourbon barrel aged imperial stout. I gotta be honest. It's like, yeah, it's a thick, viscous, luscious imperial stout that tastes like bourbon. There you go. There's no barrel character at all, and it's very sweet. Not as sweet as the variants, like I said, but still a little sweet for its own good. Like a double barrel imperial stout. It's just not blowing me away. It's very simple. It's surprisingly simple. I'll say that. Obviously not bad, but I mean, it is what it is. But I'll go. Seven and a half. Yeah, sorry. 7.5 out of 10. Treehouse Brewing. Double Barrel Truth. There it is. Last one. That's going to do it for me. Through Red Butter. Till next time. Cheers, everybody.